Anime is trash. That's a philosophy that I've followed for 17 years now. A lot of you guys are wondering, what's going on? Why is Gunnar watching anime every single night? There's certain people like Kawhi, one of my head mods, who is tormented by this sudden change in who I am as a person. Why have I gone back on this philosophy? I don't know. I don't know why I've done that. Actually, that's what I'm here to talk about. Why am I watching anime? Perhaps some of my OG viewers here, they're thinking it's some sort of facade, you know. I'm trying to get in. I'm trying to get into the circle of weebs. I'm trying to become a weeb. That way I can strike them from within. No, that's not what I'm doing. Although that would be a very good plan. That's 200 IQ right there. The reason I started watching anime is because of this stupid kid. He's pretty short. His name's Alex. Not the Alex Keemstar is talking about. We're not talking about that guy. We're not going to go there today. It's an Alex who I've been friends with for like 9 years at least. At least. Probably like 10. Something like that. He goes to school with me. He went to elementary school, middle school, high school. I never knew how much of a weeb he was until just recently because of the coronavirus situation we're currently in. I've had all this extra time, and my friend Alex over here, he was able to convince me to watch an anime with him. What was his first anime that I watched? Violet Evergarden. That's the first anime I watched. And that one hurt, you know? It hurt to watch because it was just so beautiful, you know? And it was so sad. I've watched many sad movies, like Titanic. Just kidding, I haven't watched that. I'm not a normie. What do you think I am? Okay? Who do you think I am? I'm getting confused here. But of all the sad movies I watched, they usually just leave me sad, you know? I walk away from the movie and I'm just sad. But Violet Evergarden was something different, okay? I literally cried. The last time I've cried is at a funeral. There was a huge gap in between when I cried and when I watched Violet Evergarden. I'm a man, okay? I don't cry unless I'm watching anime. And that's the beautiful thing about anime. The the thing that I really liked about Violet Evergarden is the amount of character building that went into it. Certain shows, American shows, throwing some up here, Walking Dead or Game of Thrones, I don't know, all that normie shit. Those shows, they don't have the kind of character building that I've seen in animes. So when I watched Violet Evergarden, I actually really enjoyed it, you know? Uh, I decided to set apart or set aside my philosophy of anime is trash, and I just sat there and I enjoyed that first anime. Um, I cried on average 2.5 times per episode in Violet Evergarden. If you're into some sensitive shit, uh, like emotionally sensitive shit, uh, I definitely recommend that to you guys if you want to check it out. But it really touched me, you know, deep down. You know, episode 10. I'm not gonna spoil anything, don't worry. But episode 10, it's gonna hit you harder than a train. I was crying with my friend and my other friend. Laggy's watching with us. I was in tears, you know, as if my dog Jojo died. That's the amount of tears I had. Um, it was kind of concerning to me, you know. Uh, I was thinking, am I weak? You know, am I some sort of girl? You know. But I decided that I liked the emotion that it brought into me. And one thing I really like about anime is ever since I started watching anime, I've had plenty of friends come to me, giving suggestions and on what they like to watch, and you know, I really started to feel that nice anime community, you know, and I really felt very uplifting in this time of la coronavirus, you know. So with anime, there's just a lot of positives that go with it, you know. I don't know why I'm usually a pretty stubborn person. When I set my mind to something, I'll stay to it, even if I probably shouldn't. And that's something I've done with anime for many years. I've always just thought anime is trash, you know? But for those of you, like my head mod Kawaii, who are very concerned for me, don't worry. I'm never gonna watch weeb shit like Dragon Ball Z or Naruto. That's some weeb shit. And I'm not gonna watch that, okay? I'm not gonna stoop that low. I'm only gonna watch the good shit, you know? No weeb shit. So that was kind of my explanation to you guys. But what I'd like to do right now is show you guys my tier list of all the animes I've watched so far. Counting it up, I've watched 8. I started about maybe a month ago. I've watched 8 animes, or at least most of 8 animes, enough to make a tier of it. So let's get right in. Let's get right into this, and let's make some tiers. Lists, tier. Let's make some. Let's make some tier lists. Alrighty. So how I'm gonna do this tier list is So basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, make put it all the stuff where I want it. And I'm gonna like semi-explain why I'm putting it there, but I'm not gonna have any spoilers going through this. So if you don't want any spoilers, it's fine. You can watch this part. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, put it all in, give some blanket reasons, no spoiler reasons for why I'm putting stuff in each spot. And then after I have it all in, then I'm gonna go back through and I'm gonna explain uh, sort of why I put things in each spot. But I'm gonna like include the spoilers. So first one I'm going through, no spoilers, but then I'll go back and I'll explain it with a little bit of spoilers and stuff. Um, so this first one, this is Violet Evergarden. So I tried to find a bunch of like icon images, which is basically like a 1:1 aspect ratio. And some of these animes are not super popular, so it's kind of hard to find like good pictures to use in the tier list. But first one, Violet Evergarden. First one I watched with my friend Alex, like I said, definitely an S tier. It's very emotional, you know, a lot of really good plot to it. And like I said, it made me cry a lot, and I can really appreciate anything that push you to tears, you know. So I really appreciate that. This one, Neon Genesis, Genesis. I have a little bit of a lisp, guys. I'm sorry. Um, this one, it was pretty good. Um, it did have a lot of, you know, eye candy to it, if you know what I mean. You know, um, but the plot was like almost too deep to the point where it was like too confusing to actually enjoy. And like I had to go back and watch a bunch of like analysis videos after. It's just a lot of work to even understand what was going on. And I actually really disliked the ending personally. So, but overall it was a decent show. So we're gonna keep it at B. I wouldn't stoop so low to go to C. Now, I don't really have anything here that is going to be C. Spoiler alert, because I've just been watching shows that have been recommended to me, and they're all pretty good. So Berserk. Berserk is a really old, like 1990 something anime I watched. The second one I watched, and it's like 25 episodes. I really disliked the ending to Berserk. My friends know how much I disliked it. But the thing about Berserk is that the first 23 episodes were just so good. I was really excited to just keep watching and see where it went, and the character building was really good. So even with an absolutely horrible ending, I still, by the way, this is the Golden Age arc in case you're wondering. I still have to put it as S because it is just such a good anime. Like definitely all-time great. Character building was amazing. The plot was relatively deep but also easy to understand. So that's definitely an S tier for me. Nice of Sidonia. The plot was slightly confusing, but you could still sort of follow it. So I enjoy plots that are like semi-deep but still, you know, shallow enough to the point where you can understand what's happening. Um, and the fight scenes are really cool. That's one of the top points for Knights of Sidonia is the fight scenes that were going on. So I'm probably gonna put it A because I enjoyed the plot. Ending was a little bit of a cliffhanger. I think they're gonna have a third season. There's 2 seasons so far of that. But yeah, I'd say A. It's pretty solid. Knights of Sidonia. This Claymore, I'm gonna save this for last because Claymore I'm still currently watching. So, but I'm still gonna put it on there. So this is Sword Art Online. It might be a little hard to see these icons. This is Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is really weird. Short story or long story short, the first arc of Sword Art Online, the actual Sword Art game, was definitely an S. The first arc was absolutely amazing. And we haven't watched the fourth arc, but we watched the second and third. The second arc, I would probably give it like a B personally, because there was really weird stuff going on in the plot that uh, kind of made me a little, what's the word? Uncomfortable. So, and then the third arc, I'd probably give it like an A or like a B plus. But overall, I'm just gonna put Sword Art Online at A because the first arc was just so good that it was able to, like, even though the other arcs weren't as good, I still really enjoyed the other arcs. So overall, I'd say Sword Art Online is probably an A for me. So this is a movie. This is a movie called Garden of Words. Um, and when I first thought about it, I made a tier list just for my friends, like a week or so ago. And when I first thought of it, I thought of it sort of as an A. Um, but this is a 45-minute like movie, but it's sort of like a short film. And I rewatched it and I just really appreciated it even that much more. Like the plot and just the message that it was sending, I really appreciated it. So right now, I honestly I want to give it an S, but I can't just have everything at S. You know, I feel like that's a little lopsided. If there was an A plus, I would definitely put this as A plus. This was a very good film. Uh, The Garden of Words. It's on Netflix if you want to watch it. Um, I highly suggest it. But I'm just gonna put it at A, but like kind of keep in your mind this is probably like an A plus is what we're talking about here. Um, One Punch Man. When I first started watching this, I'm like, this is absolutely stupid. But it's one of those shows where it's like mocking other anime, all the weeb shit animes. Um, so once after I got past a few episodes, I was able to really appreciate the comedy. I was having a lot more fun with it. So in terms of comedic value, this is definitely I give it an A tier. Obviously, it's not. I wouldn't say it's S. I mean, if I made a comedy tier list, like a comedic anime tier list, it would probably be S. But in terms of just anime and enjoyment, that's definitely an A. It's a very good comedic anime to watch if you're into that kind of stuff. If you want a good laugh. And that leaves us with Claymore. So Claymore. The thing about Claymore is that the fight scenes, as my friend Alex put it, the fight scenes is kind of what lifts it up the most. So what my friend was kind of saying is that the plot wasn't that like it was kind of shallow, and that's why he didn't really enjoy it. I enjoy a slightly deep plot, but even though this plot is pretty shallow, Claymore's plot's pretty shallow. I still kind of have to give it an A anyway, because I've been enjoying watching it. Um, They killed off a character that I really liked. I'm not gonna spoil who, but that kind of like if they didn't kill that character off, maybe I give it an S. But it kind of killed my entire day when they killed off that character. Like I was just sad the whole day, because I just felt like that was just dumb. Like why'd you kill a really cool character off, bro? You know, I mean, I don't know. But in terms of enjoyment, I definitely give it an A. So, if you want to watch any of these, I'll tell you which ones are on Netflix, and the other ones, you know what to do. So, Violet Evergarden, this one's on Netflix. Nice of Sidonia is on Netflix. Sword Art is on Netflix. Garden of Words is on Netflix. So is One Punch Man. And so is Neon Genesis Evangelion. So the only two that are not on Netflix are Berserk and Claymore. If you guys want to watch those, there are methods of doing that. I'm not going to condone any wrong methods, but I'm just saying there's possibilities of you watching those animes somewhere. Probably like on Amazon Prime Video. I don't know. um, yeah, that was me just going through anime tier list. And now we're gonna go to the boring section of the video. Um, Pretty much just because I want to go over and like explain like the plots of these. So this might get a little boring for you guys, but if you're gonna tune out right now before the boring stuff happens, appreciate you guys watching. And and I'm sorry that I'm becoming a weeb. Okay, I'm sorry. So Violet Evergarden. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm pretty much I'm gonna go like a minute off on each of these. I'm just gonna mention the plot points that I really liked and the plot points that I didn't like, and that's kind of the fast, shortened like video condensed version I'm gonna do. Although I would love to give like long reviews for each of them. This video would be like an hour if I would do that. So we're just gonna go a minute what I like, what I didn't like. Violet Evergarden, what I didn't like. By the way, it's spoilers for everything I'm talking about. Spoilers here. Spoiler alert. Put it on the screen. Spoiler. Violet Evergarden. What I didn't like, the plot points that I didn't like, was when number one, when the major basically never came back. I was really wanting that love story, and I didn't really get the love story. But there's certain things about Violet Evergarden that I really liked. I really liked all the character building that went on, like I said. I really liked. I'm trying to come up with so fast. I liked episode 10. That story in episode 10 where that girl's mom basically was writing just like letters for each one of her birthdays. That was really tear jerking, and that was really a nice moment. And there's other moments in the anime where it's like, for example, it's like that one guy at the observatory, or like when they were like doing like the scripts, whatever that was. I really liked his backstory. I just like all the like deep little plot points here and there. Like nothing is too shallow. Um, and I also really like the scene where the guy lost his daughter. I'm guessing to cancer or something like that, and Violet basically like sort of like lifted his spirits up, and that playwright guy just lifted him up, and uh, was able to have him finish that story, that play. So overall, I just really enjoyed Violet Evergarden. The way that it's like sort of made is like a bunch of like a bunch of little mini stories on each episode. It's all chained together, and it's all chained together really well. Character building is really good. Berserk, the ending. We're not going to talk about the ending because I could talk about how shit it was for an entire 2.5 hours, okay? Because it was the worst fucking ending I've ever seen. If you want to enjoy Berserk, just stop at episode 23. Just don't go. You don't have to watch that, okay? Um, but yeah, the ending was absolutely shit, the great eclipse. But the stuff that I really liked, is all the character building. Like the first 8 episodes were kind of slow, but it just kept building character upon guts. And like Griffith, he kind of builds character a little bit, but not quite as much. But even all the other characters like Judo and Casca, you just see the character building after episode. There's hardly any static characters, hardly. And there's also some comedic value to it, like the Korbowitz family, like the Korbowitz family, all those jokes. That was really funny. Berserk is just an action-packed, all in one kind of anime. It's got character building, it's got sad parts, it's got happy parts that make you laugh. It's just such a great anime, that I highly suggest it. And I actually kind of liked the plot twist at the end where like Griffith sort of like went to the dungeon. I thought that was really cool. I just didn't like how it led to the ending. I just hated the ending. But I thought that was really cool. You really got to see how strong Guts was, how much Guts and everybody else loved Griffith. It just showed like deep characters, all around Berserk, deep characters, really good story. Highly suggest it. If you haven't watched it, it's also really old. Um, but I don't typically like old movies, but I actually really enjoyed watching Berserk. But yeah, it's really awesome. My favorite scene is when he killed 100 people, in case you're wondering. Knights of Sidonia. Kind of sad. A lot of or at least a few close characters died. I literally always forget names of Knights of Sidonia, but um, I don't have that much to say about it. I can't really, because I don't remember much of it. I just remember that I really enjoyed it. Um, and the fight scenes were really cool. That last fight scene was really cool. Um, that's about as far as I'm going to go. You're probably not feeling very motivated to watch it, but honestly, I did really enjoy it. Um, I just get confused when I watch it. It's also CGI, and CGI that's done really well, which you don't see very often. Also, we're going back to Berserk. That was the anime I watched, not the movies. Don't watch the movies. The movies are absolutely trash. Sword Art Online. First arc was so good. So the first arc, I just loved everything about it. I love the character building with Asuna. I get names mixed up, but I love character building Asuna. I love character building Kirito. I love all the people that they find along the way, and they're able to make friends. And the plot twist where it's like you die in real life too. I thought that was really crazy. I didn't really like it at first, but I started to appreciate it more because there's so much suspense. there was always suspense in the show, which honestly I kind of enjoyed watching it. Like you never felt like anybody had like this outstanding plot armor. Obviously, Kirito has 100% plot armor. There's nothing I think the writers could have done about that. I mean, it's the main character. But everyone else, you never really knew what was going to happen. Um, and scenes I really liked was like when Kirito whips out the dual blades, and I really liked like one of the final scenes, like where Kirito finds out that the leader of the Knights of the Blood Oath was actually the creator guy, who I forgot the name to. I thought that was a really cool plot twist. I don't know, there's just a lot to like about Arc 1. Arcs 2 and 3, they're really good. I really enjoyed them, but like the incest shit in Arc 2 really made me uncomfortable. Um, excuse me. If the incest wasn't a thing, I would have really enjoyed Arc 2 a lot more. And then Arc 3, Gun Gale. Arc 3, I didn't really think I was gonna like it, but I really enjoyed liking it. I like the plot twist where like people are actually doing the killing. It's not just like through the game. Um, yeah, there's not that much to dislike about Arc 3, although Arcs 2 and 3, what I really didn't like and what makes it kind of lower on my enjoyment is they kind of gave up the whole love story between Kirito and Asuna. Although the love story was still there, it just wasn't as prevalent. It was more of just Kirito, and I kind of didn't really enjoy that. Although Arc 2 kind of was sort of love story because he's trying to save Asuna, but you didn't really like see it that much. It was kind of vague, the love story. But overall, Sword Art Online, really solid anime, and I really recommend it. So this is the movie Garden of Words. The thing about Garden of Words is it's just probably none of you have watched it, but I really enjoyed the character building that went on with the main character, and I really enjoyed the nice little plot twist that we saw. I don't really want to say too much about it because it's kind of like it's not that popular of a movie, but the director of this movie is very good. The image is it's very beautiful anime to watch. So is Violet Evergarden. Violet Evergarden is a really beautiful anime to watch. Um, but yeah, I don't want to say too much because I just feel like it's so not mainstream that hardly anybody's watched it. But if you really enjoy a short, it's a short 45 movie with a really good emotions, really good plot. Um, I highly suggest it. There's nothing I can really say bad about it except for kind of I don't want to say too much, um, but yeah, I rewatched that movie just because I wanted to better understand it, and when I rewatched it, it was just that much better to me. One Punch Man. There's not a whole lot you can say about it. It's just hella funny. And the 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 point that the creators are going for, uh, it's definitely there. Like the whole thing, like where anime characters are too OP. Um, it's just a funny comedy, man. There's not a whole lot I can say about it, but if you haven't watched One Punch Man, you're probably like me. You're probably new to anime, and if you like a good laugh, go ahead and check it out. Uh, Claymore, I haven't finished yet. I don't want to say too much, but there are going to be more spoilers when I'm talking about it. But when Teresa died, I fucking flipped shit. And then I heard later that my friend said Teresa comes back in the manga, but apparently she doesn't come back in the anime. Maybe I don't know. We haven't watched the last handful of episodes, but so far it's really enjoyable. It's a really good picture with the anime. Doesn't look trash. Uh, but yeah, there's nothing to dislike about it. Neon Genesis, it's just a mind fuck, you know? It's just a mind fuck. I like the story, but it was entirely, that's all I'm gonna say. It's just a fucking mind fuck, you know? I don't know. I can't say I suggest it to anybody. It was a solid anime to watch, but the fight scenes weren't that good, and yeah, that's really all I can say. It's just kind of a mind fuck. But anyways, that's this video. Thank you guys for watching, and if you guys want to join our anime nights, we have anime nights every night. Anywhere from 11 a.m. to like 1 a.m. is when we'll start watching anime, and we'll watch it all the way up to 5 a.m. Central Time. But yeah, right now we have 3 people who are avid watchers in anime night: me, Jay, and Alex. But if you guys want to join anime night, we're always here. We're always streaming anime, and you can check it out with us. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys later.